Hello, everybody. It's a little bit later than I had intended, but last couple days I've been trying to focus on my job search. But today we are going to have the next part, or at least part of the next part of Scarlet Hollow. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure how far we'll get on this, but it should work. Let's see. Load. Want this one. I like that you can save your game at any point, but you could also, but like that it reminds you after every episode to save your game. Continue. Do we want to recap? No, I don't think so. Sunshine filters. A little loud. Sunshine filters in through the dusty windows of the estate as the dull aches of last night's activities throb in and out of focus. You managed to survive a second night in the town of Scarlet Hollow. As you pull yourself out of bed, you feel the soot and grime of the shawl mine still stuck to your skin. Oh, and apparently, while browsing Reddit the other day, I found out there's an achievement you can get for not showering. I think it's kind of similar to the if you have like powerful build or something, you can use the spoiled takeout and you can force yourself to eat it. But yeah, we're going to take a shower. You step into the gas bathroom and into the shower. The water is hot and surprisingly enough clean. As steam fills your lungs and soot washes down the drain, I'm gonna do this one. Every minute feels like another thread holding this town together starts to unravel. Thoughts of doom consume you. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. Time to start your day. Check on the opossum. There are 2 of them now. Wave at them, please get out my drawer, pet them, I'm gonna wave at them. You waved at the opossums, they look up at you. Close the drawer. You've had enough of the growing family of opossums that live in your dresser, at least for the time being. Look out the window. You hold your breath and approach the bedroom window. After finding that boot print and Viscera in the garden yesterday, you can't help but anticipate something's staring back at you. You breathe a sigh of relief. Nothing out there watching you, at least nothing you can see. Turn back. Check the closet. Every time you see that doll, your heart skips a beat. It hasn't moved, right? Okay. That's enough of this closet. You turn back to the guest room. Let's message the group chat. Morning, how you guys holding up? Y'all actually bonded with Tabitha last night. What's the game plan? It'll probably be a bit before you get a response. Text Stella. Wanna hang out? How are you holding up? Text Kanika. How are things with Miles? Head downstairs. You've done everything you wanted to up here. It's time to start your day. You enter the kitchen, find your cousin, Mr. devouring a pint of banana chocolate chunk. She isn't alone. Frou-Frou glares at you from her usual spot on the counter as a red-haired headed woman busies herself trying to tidy as best she can. Tabitha's eyes dart to the corner of the room, almost as if she's ashamed of being caught in the act of stress eating ice cream for breakfast. Hey Tabitha, how's it going? There was a massive mine collapse last night that almost got my cousin killed, so I'm a little stressed. Tabitha takes one last spoonful of ice cream, then discards the empty container, turning to you with her trademark scowl. Let's get going. I've got an errand to run in town, and every time I've left you here alone, something terrible's wound up happening, so you're coming with me. Should we do this one? I'll be out there in a couple minutes. I feel like shit from last night. I still have to wrap up my morning routine. Look, I get it, but there's a lot on my plate today. I want to spend some time with you before more things start piling on. Oh, I haven't gotten this one yet. This is interesting. Like, does she mean it, or is she wanting to keep us under her thumb and make sure we don't get into trouble? I already waited long enough for you to get up. Jeannie, lock up when you leave, please, and don't go rearranging anything. I'll know. Oh, here comes Janie. Oh, Paula, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. You two did right by those kids, though. What a blessing. Everyone getting out of that situation all right. Street smart? Let's do this one. I haven't done this one yet. I'd love to chat, but I'd hate to interrupt your work. I'm in town for another few days, so if you got time. Of course. Feel free to swing by the church any old time. Daniel and I are always there, except when I'm working, of course. But Daniel's usually there regardless. Alright, let's go. Bye, Janie. Be safe out there, you two. Oh, that's interesting. That cuts off a lot of stuff. But Jeannie, I don't know. Like, Jeannie doesn't really tell us anything. At least as far as I'm aware. Let me know in the comments if you guys have gotten different important things out of her. But I don't think... Like, here's the thing. Like, I'm curious. Because we know Pastor Daniel has talked to animals. So my question is... Does Janie know? Or does he keep it a secret from her as well? Ride to town is uneventful. Your cousin's unsurprisingly more focused on the road than on making conversation. Alright, we're just popping into the general store for a few minutes. What are we doing at the general store? Picking up tea from Sybil. Oh, look at her face. I'm wondering if she, like, doesn't want to do this, but, you know. Oh my God, you're picking up tea. You drink tea? Oh, neat. What kind of tea? I don't know, the kind Sybil makes. She makes a bunch of weird stuff. I don't know what all of it is called. I wonder, the expression on her face makes me think, like, maybe she doesn't like Sybil that much? Or is she uncomfortable about dealing with Sybil, but she has to because of the deal Sybil made with her family. Quit interrogating me about tea blends, jeez. After everything that's happened the past few days, it's nice to just go on an errand. Exactly. You and Tabitha turn as the door to the general store bursts open. A flustered Kanika exits, shouting behind her. Fine, okay, keep coddling him. Keep letting me away with stuff you never would have let me so much as think about. I'm sick of carrying this family. Okay, so, considering what we know about how Sybil has a special relationship with all her daughters, in the fact that her daughters seem to be the ones that have the power, and she takes them back, so she's saving Kanika. So she probably, like at first, when I first read this, I thought, oh, Miles is Golden Child, but he's not. He's just not expected to be responsible because of he's a boy, he's a son, so he can, be like, I mean, if you think about it, how many times have we seen Miles just being on his phone, I mean, even when he's hanging out with the kids, he's still, like, doing his own thing. Makes me wonder if she's isolating him, but in a different way. Kanika storms off, the door slowly drifting shut behind her. Ugh, other people and their drama. If more people kept things to themselves, they'd be a lot happier. I'd be losing. Miles is my brother. I'm surprised Sear let loose like that. She seemed so measured. Exactly. The two of us might not get along, but it's because she's better than that. It's unbecoming. Why do you care so much? I think you're only saying that because you want to leave. Why do you care so much? Because she's one of the few people in town I actually respect. I haven't gotten this one either. It's why we don't get along. Come on, hurry, let's go. The bells of the general shepherd, see? Like, he's just sitting there. He's not interacting with Sybil. He's not interacting with really anybody. He's by himself. He's isolated. I find that really interesting. The bells of the general store chime as you cross the threshold. The smells of old wood and steamy herbal tea flood your senses, making you feel instantly at home. Good morning, you two. I hope you're doing well after last night's activities. Morning. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Paula, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will be just a minute. I'm not gonna do that. Is Kaneko okay? Of course, she needs time to cool down. Emotions are a little high considering everything that happened yesterday. She'll settle down soon enough. I'm just glad both my little ones made it out okay. Simple motions for Tabitha to follow, and they both disappear into the tea room, closing the door behind them with a tinkling of bells. Try to listen in. You find a subtle spot near the door and listen in. The walls of the tea room are surprisingly thick, and you can only make out snippets of conversation. I know it longer, short notice aren't easy to come by. Is there enough? Just fine. Make sure this is all. Not keeping it. You only have one. Plenty of times. Your listening session is halted as the tinkling of bells announce another patron. Sorry, I call it Patreon. I'm so used to hearing that on YouTube. Oh, excuse me. Wait, you're Paula, aren't you? My name is Bo. I'm Duke's boy. It's a pleasure to meet you. The policeman you told me you saw what happened to my daddy. Oh, could have saved him. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you. The policeman said he might just be out hunting somewhere, but me and my mom both know he ain't coming back. Mama's pretty broken up about it. I'm trying to hold it together since I'm the man of the house now, but it ain't easy. Me and him was supposed to bring Big Betty to the state fair this week, but now he's gone. And as of this morning, so is she. It's a pumpkin baby inside. So I suppose if I'm not going to the fair, I may as well make myself useful and get out in the woods to look for what's left of my daddy. You was there, right? Could you tell me where to look so I can try and find him? He died on the northwest edge of town off the Azgina Trail. Thank you, Paula. I appreciate you trying to help us out. I don't rest easy knowing he's out there somewhere, all by his lonesome. And please tell Miss Scarlet I'm sorry about her mama. Tabitha and Silver are still in the tea room. Your phone buzzes. Oh my god, hey, I overslept. Still gotta make myself breakfast. Me at the library after and figure out a plan. And then it buzzes again. Hey again, lol. If you want to come over for breakfast, why don't you love to hang out? And then it buzzes yet again. Somebody was busy this morning. Oh, hey again. If you want to hang out for the library thing, I'm parked in the abandoned lot by the gas station. It's hard to miss. And that's that. You can't possibly get any more texts. Oh, where's Ron? This is Isaac from the mine. You gave me your number yesterday. I'm out behind the diner if you want to talk. You have plenty of time before dinner at Reese's house. Yeah, we're, I almost forgot. But yeah, we're meeting up with Isaac's. You probably have time to slip off and hear what Isaac's has to say before Tabitha even knows that you're gone. You hold the bells on the door to the general store, quieting them when you make a silent exit. You find Isaac smoking out by the dumpsters behind Wendy's diner. Thought you weren't gonna show. Here I am. Listen, I don't have a lot of time to talk, especially with you. I put 2 and 2 together. I know you're related to the boss, and the other guys are all riled up. They're talking action. If they saw me out here with you, they'd think I was some kind of scam. But none of them will listen to me, especially now. They've all got bigger things to worry about than a single missing minor. I haven't forgotten about them, though. Anything you want to know, just ask. Do you think Tabitha did something to him? Yes, I do. That or maybe Pearl Ann. I don't know what it would be, but something happened up at that house. The week went down, everyone was so up in arms about Miss Pearl Ann's death, almost nobody cared about the fact that some transplant minor had gone missing. Makes me wonder if maybe Sybil rigged the tea to make people forget about Wayne. Did anyone think there might be a connection? What, like he had something to do with her death? No, absolutely not. Heard it was natural causes, died in her sleep. She was old and a smoker. Figured her lungs finally gave up on her. If anybody did anything, it was that family doing something to him. Did anything happen to him at the mines? Find any weird stuff? Uncover anything that wasn't meant to be uncovered? No, I don't think so. The few ships he was picking up were all above ground, mostly operating machinery. Pretty cushy stuff, to be honest. So maybe he was being favored because he was dating. So Tabitha was dating an employee. Yeah, wasn't the first time either. I knew some of the other fellas she dated. They said she was the coldest woman they'd ever met. Yeah, probably because either and or 2 reasons. Either she preferred women, or because Pearl Ann was forcing her to. Had a habit of dropping them a few months in before picking up the next person, son of a gun who fell for her wiles. I guess us cold boys are pretty desperate, especially when a woman means like that approaches you. You never know if you're gonna be the one who lucks out and locks down the whole family wealth. Guess Wayne wasn't lucky. What was he like? He was a light-hearted kind of guy, always joking around on the job. Amazing fella to grab beers with, not keen on doing hard work, so it wasn't too strange when he barely picked up any shifts once that relationship started. I'm sure he saw her as a bit of a meal ticket, so maybe he wasn't too smart, but he was a good friend. Closest one I had. Oh, Isaac's. Why would he be following me? Damned if I know. I didn't even know you existed until yesterday. I suppose Tabitha could have told him about you, so maybe he's trying to get to someone close to his ex. Seems like a pathetic move to be, but relationships change people. Maybe even a man like Wayne can be broken by someone like her. We're gonna ask about this. What kind of action are people talking? Isaac glances around nervously. They talked about a strike, but she didn't hear it from me. This was helpful. Thanks. Isaac sighs, taking one last long drag of the cigarette. I appreciate you coming by to talk. I can't say I'm happy with what you told me, but I'm glad somebody is looking into this. Seems like everyone else is perfectly happy to sweep it under the rug. Isaac tosses his cigarette butt. It goes without saying that you better not go tell anyone we talk. And also, what you think about it, remember that first group of miners we approached? That Harrison was like, wasn't he the one y'all told me was dead? I'm assuming is what she was to say. And I can see that, Sybil having everyone drink the tea and have her special blend in there to make everybody forget. And if you see him or whoever it is pretending to be him, tell him his buddy is worried about him, alright? Wonder if we'll get the chance to do that. Isaac heads back inside and you find yourself alone again. Text your cousin, warn her about the strike. Back to the... What we do? I'm gonna go... We don't normally see Avery. I kinda wanna go see Avery. The diner is busy, but its vibe is there. Oh, there's a lot of miners. Look at that. In the past few days, its atmosphere muted and serious. Miners glance up at you with suspicion, with the exception of Isaac, who does his best to avoid eye contact. Also, notice who's missing? Julius, because he's busy with the pumpkin baby. Hey, good to see you alive and well. You caught me at a good time. Break just started. I heard about what happened last night. The diner has been buzzing all morning, so I've been hearing a lot of things. Seems like those fellas back there are getting pretty riled up. Might be a good idea to give them some privacy, especially considering you know who you're related to. How about we take some biscuits to go? There's a little garden next door. I think you might like it. I like it anyway. Good idea. I figured we were on the same wavelength. Let's bounce. 2 biscuits to go if you don't mind, Sal. The sour-faced cook nods and sets the box on the counter. See ya, Winnie. Don't get my Avery into any trouble, Paula. I've heard about what you've been getting up to. If anything happens to them, you'll learn the true wrath of a Southern woman. I'll be like, yes, ma'am. We'll be sticking around the neighborhood unless the sinkhole opens up. I can't imagine there's much trouble to get into. And this is the spot. It's a public garden I've been putting together. Avery is talented as heck when it comes to gardening and plants. I mean, look at that. It was just an empty lot when I first moved here, but Winnie said it was okay for me to mess with it. So when I'm stuck in the rut with broken music, I come here and dig around in the dirt, just organizing the chaos for a little while. But I don't think we came here to talk about my side project. I've been hearing some absolutely wild stuff about last night. I mean, I don't know how much you overheard in the diner, but it seems like the miners are planning a strike. Some of them have been saying that the old mine is haunted too, that ghost caused the collapse, and that there's some guy walking around claiming to be a dead man. Things are pretty hush about the collapse, but you guys were down there last night, weren't you? What happened? Fill Avery in. You do your best to sound safe as you fill Avery in all of the details of what happened in the mines. The knocking, the ghostly figures of dust and light, the strange episode with the stone, and of course the violent way it all ended. Holy crap, between this and all the stuff that happened in the woods, it's like the town personally has it out for you. Must be my Scarlet blood. I could feel the chains of destiny trying to be here. Destiny isn't usually fun. That's an outlook. I guess it depends on your definition of fun, though. Don't get me wrong, it's a horrible thing to have happened, definitely, no question about that. But it's exciting, right? It's not like I hope anything else happens, but if it does confine me, I want to know all about it. I just wish I weren't hearing about it secondhand. Seems like that's how I hear about a lot of things in town. Aww, they want to be included, so we can invite them to the ghost hunt. I guess I should be glad I haven't been in the middle of all that, but I kind of want to know what those ghost miners look like, you know? I want to have seen those awful little things that live in the woods. It's not like I'm hoping anything else happens, but if you get the feeling that it might, drop me a line, okay? Wow, I must sound like I've got a screw loose, but I swear this is just what boredom does to people. Anybody else would feel the same. Oh, we can flirt with them. I think it's natural to feel a little excited. You're probably right. It's just part of being human, isn't it? I guess I should hope I don't find myself in the middle of something horrible, horrific. But if I did, I don't think I'd hate it. A quiet breeze passes over you. Ooh, I kind of want to ask this. You mentioned music when we first got here. Are you a musician? Yeah, I've got a SoundCloud and everything. I remember SoundCloud. It's pretty much what I want to do with the rest of my life, whether it winds up being profitable or not. What do you play? What do you play? Synth. Synthesizer. I've got 3 of them, and I'd have more, but I promised myself I'd only add to the collection when I mastered the ones I already have. I started with bass guitar, though. Don't ask me why the bass just called to me. I'd love to hear your stuff. Oh, thanks. I'll send you the link, but you'll hear some of the party this Saturday if you swing by. Also, don't worry if it's not your kind of thing. I don't expect everyone I know to vibe with it, so no pressure. Do you have a jam with locals? Play folk music with them? For sure. Every month, musicians in town get together for a song circle. It's one of my regular social events. I bring my bass and strum along. Julius is there with the banjo. And even though it's a bunch of older country folks, they seem genuinely happy to see me there. I think they're thrilled that a young person is helping carry on these traditions. I guess I'm like insurance that these songs and the way they play them aren't just going to vanish. Old Southern people are chill with you? There's a politeness with a lot of old Southern folk. If they don't like you, but you're all in a polite saying together, they might be a little off, but it's not like they come at you with pitchforks. And honestly, they like my vibe. That's not always true though, especially when you're not in a polite setting. But once people find out Wendy is my aunt, they usually wind up slinking back with apologies. Your turn. Is everything in this garden yours? I mean, technically it's a public garden, but yeah, pretty much every piece of green you see here is something I planted myself. Once my house filled up, I had to direct all the energy somewhere. So I put all of it into the vacant lot next to the diner. I didn't make the frames or the benches. That was Julia's. Oh, so Julius is woodworker. But everything else was me. Or carpenter. I couldn't think of the word. A lot of these are native plants that were already growing in the lot, though. I couldn't help but add a few of my own personal faves. Hydrangeas and begonias and that kind of sort of thing. And plenty of beds for edible plants. I'm about to put in a bunch of mums with the seasons changing. Just doesn't feel like autumn without them. Julius was that guy in the back of the diner, right? That he is. He's there most days, reading the newspaper and drinking a pot's worth of coffee. Must have had something going on this morning. I haven't seen him yet. And you're friends with him? He's a bit of a strange dude. I'm not sure if I'd call him a friend, though. I'd like to. He's more like some kind of misanthropic with granting gnome. Oh, misanthropic wish-granting gnome. Missed that. I can't say I talked much to the guy when I first got here, even though he's in there so often. But one day I was chatting with Winnie about how I was looking for a bench for the garden, and the next morning, there it was. A hand-carved bench sitting in the garden. I thought it must have been Winnie, but that day when I brought Julius a coffee, he asked me if I liked the bench. I said yes, and he grumbled that you're welcome before going back to his paper. He did a lot after that. I mentioned something I needed to Winnie, and sure enough, the next day I'd be waiting in the garden. Julius and I talk a little more these days. I've been to his house to help him out too. Seemed only fair, training some pruning and yard work for new garden beds. But he is a man of few words. He strikes me as a bit of a loner. Maybe he feels some kind of kindred connection between us. I don't know. I kind of want to ask this one. Does he not have a job? I don't know. Doesn't seem like the kind of thing you ask somebody. I kind of assumed his job was farming. I've seen his fields, but I can't really comment on whether they look good or not. He seems to get by, though. If you're brave enough to ask him next time you see him, be my guest. I guess I get what you see in him. I love a tough nut, too. Nice, you get it. There's something about getting over a curmudgeon. Feels like an accomplishment. I count myself lucky to be one of the few people he's willing to be friendly with. Do lots of folks come here? I come here, and that's enough for me. Handful of other folks every now and then, too. Ooh, what kind of plants do you have at home? Avery laughs. A lot. It's practically a jungle. Do you have a favorite? It'd have to be my dragon scale alocasia. I'll bet it's partially because it's called dragon scale, like it's a plant from Fantasy World. It's also a cutting from one of my online plant friends. Life got pretty busy, so we don't talk much anymore, but every time I look at the plant, it reminds me of someone cared enough to package it up and send it to me. Plus, the leaves look like big, puffy cartoons. Excellent quality in the plant. What else? This one. For, say, a gift, any plants I should avoid? A gift? You don't have to go to all that trouble. For one thing, there's nowhere in town to buy any, unless you get them from me. And besides, I should probably get you something. You're the one who's in town because of family tragedy. But just in case it ever comes in handy, the only kind of plant that's never done it for me is succulents. I need something that reminds me of the living thing with wants and desires. Not a fancy kind of rock that I water every now and then. This also makes me think, do you guys remember Anne from Tiny Bookshop? She and Avery should be friends. They would get along like gangbusters. Don't tell anyone I said that. Folks in town keep giving me succulents as gifts, and I want them to think I don't appreciate the gesture. Who's been gifting you plants? And Winnie and Stella both got me succulents for Christmas last year. I barely touched them. They're still sitting on a shelf with bows on them and everything, looking exactly like the same as the day I put them there. I appreciate the thought, I really do, but I need more action than a succulent can provide. Let's return. What do you honestly think about this town? It's definitely quiet. Do you tend to have to give something for yourself to do? Oh, give something for yourself to do. Hobbies or odd jobs try and stay busy, but it still gets boring. You don't tend to meet many new people or try new things, but it's cheap. And Winnie pays me a much higher wage than I make in the city. So I'm gonna stick around, save up, maybe eventually I'll move someplace else. I'd like to think I'll wind up stuck at the diner for the rest of my life. But I don't know where I'd move either. Seems like you made good friends here. Oh sure, Kanika's friendly, though she's usually busy with the store. And Stella, she's one of the nicest people I know. She stops by the diner at least a couple times a week for biscuits while she works. But I still don't feel like I know her. It's like she has some kind of wall up. It's the same for a lot of folks around town, honestly. Most of them grew up together, so they don't talk about the tough parts of their lives. They just know each other too well. And someone like me, a transplant they don't trust, doesn't know about any of it. And it's not my business to ask. So I'm polite, I do my job, I go home, I take care of my plants, I wake up the next day and do it all again. In a town full of friendly strangers. I kind of want to ask this one. You seem to get along with Sybil. That's more of a business relationship. We only ever talk about tea, maybe the weather if she's feeling chatty, so I can't say I actually know her. And Avery glances around before continuing. I don't know if you feel the same way, but there's something strange about Sybil. I can't get a read on her at all. I feel like she makes it impossible to really get to know her. But she's still one of the nicest people I know. Always has time to chat, remembers things I say. One of the only people in town who does. Maybe that's what I'm picking up on. That southern charm where someone goes out their way to make you feel special. I kind of want to say I've started to notice that about Stella. Those walls sometimes feel like we're dealing with different realities. Yeah, you notice them after a while. Things she doesn't quite say. Things she's hiding, even from herself. She's one of those people that tries to pretend bad things never happened. Like she's trying to live in a world where they didn't. I don't know if that helps her. Because there are still ways that it comes out. Like the car thing. But if you try to talk to her about it, walls. When we hung out with Kanika yesterday, it felt like she and Stella hadn't really hung out in a while. Yeah, she's usually either working or too exhausted from work to hang out. Like I said, I just find that really interesting. Because it seems to me like Sybil has taken a different path. Because it seems like for the first few daughters she had, like she kept her daughters in the loop. She was like, you know, this is going on, you and I are magical, we have power, blah, blah, blah. And it seems like over the years, she maybe stopped informing her daughters of everything. So it seems like now she's gotten to the point where she's trying to keep Kanika to herself. Like I said, she's isolating both of her children, but she's doing it in different ways. Like she's doing the oldest daughter thing, the oldest child thing, where all the responsibility and everything gets propped on one person, and it doesn't help that she's a daughter. I think the fact that she left her post for that long shows how serious things are getting around here. I don't know what to say. I don't really feel like everyone's hiding something. I kind of want to ask this. Have you thought about befriending my cousin? She's also a bit of a loner. Avery laughs. That's creative. I like it. Honestly, though, I doubt she even knows my name. I wouldn't know hers if your family didn't practically own the town. But if I got Julius to like me eventually, well, I suppose anything is possible with perseverance. I'll try this one. You sound unhappy? I wouldn't say that. This is the happiest I've ever been. And it's not like I'm all alone. I have Aunt Winnie. Still, as great as she is, there are things you don't talk about with your aunt. So I guess I'm not unhappy, just a little lonely. Wanna come go Sunny West? Me and Stella and Kanika are gonna go to Bus Oscar's house, I think around sundown. Ghost hunting? Yes, definitely. I didn't believe in ghosts before, but the sort of freaky stuff Scarlet Hollow has been throwing at you this week, I'm prepared for anything at this point. Thanks for thinking to invite me. I really appreciate that. You let the breeze watch over you as you enjoy a quiet moment in Avery's garden. Your phone buzzes in your pocket. Almost forgot, it's Mayor Chippy Day. Good excuse to head over to the library. We should check in with Oscar and Rosalina. Meet y'all there in half an hour? I totally blanked on that, but having a weird foggy morning. Wild that they're still doing this Mayor Jimmy thing even after last night. Do you think news has spread yet? But yeah, we should go see Oscar. See y'all soon. That's a lot of text. Wait a second, I thought I just heard my door close. Guys, I'm gonna pause it here, if you guys don't mind. There we go. Quick. Then next time we'll come back and we'll head to the library.